Hello and welcome to the Raven Roundup. I'm Jack Clayton here today with Nick Lopez and Adam Cook to have a conversation about the Final Four and the opening of the MLB season. So first up, there's 4 teams left in the NCAA March Madness tournament. We've got Villanova and Kansas matching up in the 5 o'clock game on Saturday after the matchup between Loyola and Michigan. Guys, what are you thinking for this Final Four matchup?
Actually, comes together and they're clicking on all cylinders. It's a basketball.
But I think KU and Villanova, that's going to be a really good matchup. I think that game is obviously going to determine who the champion is. I don't think other teams, Loyola,
free throws here should send him to the next round. He's missed another one.
With the strength and the experience of Villanova. But I think it's been a really good story run for the Chicago team.
Right. Loyola's strategy has been, for most of the time, winning by only a total of 8 points throughout the 4 games that they've played so far. Their strategy has been to grind it down with teams, play tough defense, and really take their time on possessions, waste as much of the shot clock as they can before putting it in the basket. So that'll definitely be a contrasting style against a Kansas or Villanova team that prefers to run and put buckets in.
Which actually, if Kansas does so happen to get to the championship game over Villanova, and they have to face Loyola Chicago, that could be a problem because Loyola is about 11 deep, and Kansas is only 7 or 8 deep. So the conditioning could also affect part of the game, even though they'll be really hyped up.
Right, so let's talk about that Kansas-Villanova matchup. What are you guys looking for to be the difference in that game between these 2 power teams?
I think I'd have to say for KU, the thing that could have been downfall was the defense. It seemed like it was the game against Duke really last week. It seemed like their defense kind of been apart easily. But I mean, the thing that left them standing, left them in the game, was Duke's shots were falling from there. I mean, they're leaving people open all around, but from 3-point range, just couldn't get it. They're lucky there. I guess the timing that
I think it's going to come down to who's playing in the middle at the end of the game. It's not a normal Bill Self type team. He doesn't have 2 bigs playing. He hasn't done that the past few years due to not having the recruits come in who are big in height. So he's had to learn to play with 4 guards, and I think he's done an extraordinary job this year doing that. This is his best coaching job he's done, I think, throughout Kansas in 15 years. He hasn't won national title. I think he needs to get a second one to pretty much solidify himself as a coach and as a recruiter. But I think it comes down to who's playing center for the stretch 5 at the end of the game. And also, I think it comes down to Bill Self-coaching.
Good work. That's a tough angle to get to the dunking position in the middle of the floor coming from.
And on the Villanova side, you're really looking for Jalen Brunson, one of the considerations for the Wooden Award to show up, as well as Mikal Bridges, who's a potential draft pick out of Villanova, an athletic stretch 4 type player. So it'll be a good game. All right, now moving on to the MLB. Opening day is just a few short days away. What are you guys thinking overall for the AL Central or just matchups in general?
I think obviously in the AL Central, the Indians are absolutely going to be the team to beat. I mean, they had a real good run last year, and they really haven't had a whole lot of turnover. So they're definitely going to be at the top of the league against, obviously, the Royals are pretty beat down after losing those 4 free agents, I guess minus Mustangas and Escobar, but the loss of Hosmer definitely, and Kane as well, is going to leave a big dent in that roster. And you look at the White Sox, and they just kind of have been competitive for a little while. And just kind of like the Indians seem to be the only team in the AL Central they're really going to stand out to me.
Yeah, I think the Indians still got the core group of players back, even though they lost their first baseman, Carlos Santana. I think they still got the same bullpen. Besides, they lost Brian Shaw. But they still got some guys in the back end that are going to help bridge games like they have been doing. Honestly, I think the Royals team is not going to be as bad as everyone thinks. I don't think they'll get to the playoffs. I think they'll fall short by at least 10 games. I think there's a very good chance they could win 80 games. This is pretty much the exact same team as last year. I think they have a better offensive player in John Jay, who hits for more average than Lorenzo Cain does. I think they solidified themselves with a little bit more power at first base. Even though they lost the defensive glove and, of course, the average of Eric Hosmer, they got some more power in Duda. And I think guys like Merrifield can grow and have a better year than last year. I think Soler, he's finally figured it out. I think they're going to get the same production out of Gordon as they did last year, which was nothing, of course. And I think they kind of improved themselves at DH a little bit. They got Cuthbert in there. They can plug Moustakas or Bonifacio in there, who had a really good year last year as a rookie. And I think at third base, whether you have Moustakas or Cuthbert there, I think you have two guys who can pretty much get it done capability there defensive-wise. I think for offense, they can each hit for average and power.
All right, so two big stories in baseball this season. Who's going to be the better team, the Astros, who have almost everybody back, or the Yankees, who are starting to buy their wins again?
I still think it's going to be the Astros because they didn't lose anyone in that lineup for the most part. And they have a new left fielder this year. I don't think they have Carlos Beltran on their roster this year, but I think those guys are old enough now to where they don't need a mentor. They can do it themselves. And I think that was a learning experience last year. And I think Altuve is going to be more motivated because he got that contract, $153 million for, I believe it's 5 years. So he's going to be ready to go. And I just think truly they added too much to that pitching staff. You already have Lance McCullers, Keuchel, Verlander, and then they added Cole. I think it's going to be pretty unstoppable.
All right. Any teams you guys are looking at in the NL side?
The NL side, I think.
I think the Nationals are going to shock some teams. I think they've been struggling the past few years of finally getting over that. But I think they figured it out this year. I think Bryce Harper's going to have a standout year because he wants that $50 million a year contract next year. But I think he's going to help lead them this year.
And with the loss of Giancarlo Stanton in the NL East, it's kind of wide open there, as well as in the Central, where both the Cubs and St. Louis Cardinals appear to be having down years. In the NL West, with the acquisition of Andrew McCutchen on the Giants side, and of course the always powerful Dodgers. See anything special out there?
Well, no, I don't. But back to the NL Central, I think someone that's going to shock everyone is going to be the Brewers. They're actually got really good. They got Christian Yelich in left, Lorenzo Cain in center. Right field, I don't really know who it is, but it's a decent lineup. They got Ryan Braun at first base, so I think they have a really good chance to go big.
All right, and that's all we have today on the Raven Roundup. Check back later for more updates and on Thursday for ONW Now.